process of harvesting the collard greens, and since we don't harvest the whole head all at once, because we'd like to keep these leaves, but we also want to keep the plant so that it can continue growing. The collards will still have a really good flavor because we're harvesting the youngest leaves, and we can get a lot of production out of this because we're not regrowing those roots every single time. So we wind up transplanting new collard greens about every 2 to 3 months instead of every single week, because we have a really good rotation over all of our collards. So I'm going to bunch up a whole bunches of these, and we'll see how this harvest process works. Effectively, we're just taking the largest outer leaves. When we're harvesting these collard greens, that's a pretty good sized bunch. What we're doing is thinning out the plants, so we're allowing a lot more airflow amongst all of these really much bigger plants. The stem and stalk is going to continue to get taller and taller, and eventually these will get a little bit overwhelming and we'll replace them with smaller plants. If they were to get any kind of powdery mildew or other sort of issue, we could replace them a lot sooner. But one of the beautiful things about these, you can probably tell, there's no giant holes like you get when you have moths and caterpillars and all of the things that typically eat this kind of product out in your garden. So we're very beneficial in working in this kind of a greenhouse environment that we have really beautiful collard greens to sell. And eventually we'll get about 12 ounces, we'll weigh up over at the scale, and we'll bunch them together with a rubber band. The other thing we could do is, for chefs and a lot of people who buy these in bulk, we wind up putting these in one full-size bin and selling them by the pound. So we don't wind up bunching them unless we're doing, say, farmers markets or individual sales. I've got the collard greens that we harvested, and we like to record data for all of the things we harvest in our greenhouse, and we keep a record of everything we've ever seeded, transplanted, or harvested, how much it weighed, how long it took to grow out. The reason for this is we really love to know how much our greenhouse produced. At the end of the year, we can, definitively say the thousands of pounds or heads of lettuce or bunches of kale that we grew in this particular space. So I really encourage you to collect data, and it's really simple. All we do is we take our bucket. We already have our scale set up to tare. So this is the weight of the bucket, as you can kind of see there. And then we add up what is the type of plant that we have, how long it's been in the system using our date tracking that we talked about previously, and then we record the weight of that particular product. So I'm just going to record that now in my